I just listened to one of my favorite guys. He's an entrepreneur and businessman. His name is Gary Vee. And he was talking about how he's talking about a lot of stuff. That's not what I want to say. I want to say that I I want to get my voice out there to people. I want to get my ideas and perspective and experiences out there. And I find myself getting frustrated sometimes by the roadblocks of such things like I've had a page on Facebook for a long time called Life of Yes, because I used to have an intimacy coaching, a relationship coaching business, and it was called Life of Yes. So I've had that for years, and then it kind of went dormant because it just did, and I got a cancer diagnosis and then started doing everything related to cancer, all the treatments and stuff. And so I've used the name Cancer Survivor because that really speaks to me, and it also speaks to my love of language and plays on words and stuff. So I've been using Integrative Cancer Survivor as my handle and name for many things. But I started posting again on Life of Yes on that page, and I just did a search on Google and saw that Life of Yes is already being used. It's even service marked. So I'm assuming that that's taken. I just find something like trying to find a name or a phrase or some association or something like that to be so daunting, especially like, okay, well, I can't use that. Life of Yes really speaks to me. That's a phrase that is meaningful, but I guess that's probably why a lot of people just use their name, because unless your name's Bob Smith, you probably have, it's unique to you. So I guess I could just use Anitra, and I could see, I mean, there are a lot of Anitras out there, surprisingly. Not as many as like Mary or Elizabeth or something, but I guess that's partly why I've done Integrative Cancer Survivor. But I feel like you have to just, if you have anything crafty or anything creative, you have to like get on it really quick and make it your own and copyright it and trademark it and do all this stuff before someone else takes it. And that roadblock for getting myself out there is really frustrating. So and then, that's what Gary Vee was talking about. He has been working hard. He loves the word hustle. He's been a hustler for more than 10 years. I know that he said at least 10 years he's been marketing the shit out of himself as an entrepreneur. And he said that there are still millions of people who are interested in business and entrepreneurship in the US who don't know who he is. And this is somebody who, one of his strategies for marketing and getting yourself out there is to, like on Instagram, if you want to build more of a following, find people who are interested in the same thing that you want to build a following around. Like for me right now, it's cancer. So I would authentically engage with at least 100 different conversations a day on Instagram. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, like, if he probably follows that strategy and then some, I probably do like 5 a day in any realistically, but I'm not really committed to doing that. But anyway, it's so interesting to me what it takes. I guess it depends on why you want to get your voice out there and how much it matters, how many people pay attention to what you have to say. I mean, I often say that if I make a difference in one person's life, then I feel successful. I've accomplished something. But I don't know if it's greed or desire or what it is, but I feel that impulse within me to make an impact on more than one person's life. I guess it's kind of like resources and energy are finite in some degree. So like me spending 4.5 minutes so far making this video, I want that to be worth something. I want it to, maybe it's worth it. It's not really that big of an investment for impacting one person, but if I'm doing this a bunch of times a week, I want there to be a really good return on investment of my time, my energy. So, that's part of it. Also, it feels good to get positive feedback and to be praised and to be looked up to and to be thought highly of. I mean, those are natural human needs, I think, and desires. So, I mean, that's also there. But anyway, I'm just thinking about how to get my voice out there more, my message out there more. And of course, I feel limited in a way. Well, so far I've mostly been communicating lately on Instagram, but that's the other thing. It's like I have an Instagram, I have a YouTube, I have a Facebook page, I have a Twitter. I don't really do the Twitter too much. I have a Quora. There are all these things, and I feel a bit stuck by how to integrate them all. How to communicate on one in a way that funnels through all the other social media networks that are out there, because it's insane trying to keep up with 5 or 6 different platforms. I mean, that's just too much work, at least for me. So I guess maybe my desire is not that huge, otherwise I would just be going for it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about that right now. I'm about to go into a physical therapy appointment, which is finally happening. If anyone listening has any thoughts on what I just said and how to get out there more, or I don't know, any hits you have about how I'm doing it or what I could be doing different or what you like or don't like, please share with me. I'm interested. I don't feel like I ask for help a lot, and that's one thing I could get better at, and so I'd like to ask for help with regard to everything I just said. So I'm going to physical therapy. I had surgery in November and it's April, and so this is how long it's taken me to get myself into physical therapy. I also started going to, I don't even know what to call him. Oh man, my nose. He is a trainer of some sort. I mean, he knows a lot about kettlebells and the history of strength training and weight training, and we even worked with Indian clubs today, which I guess is this 5,000-year-old concept, and he's basically helping me get myself, I mean, I want to achieve balance. He went over this whole list of what my goals are and stuff like that with me, and I've just been in this new phase of life going through cancer treatment where I don't even know who I am or what I am. I mean, I don't recognize myself in many ways. In some ways I do, but in many ways I don't. So I'm seeking support with coming up with new routines for myself that support my re-entry back into the world, is kind of how it feels like, even though it's slow. I'm trying to go slow because I usually go really fast, and I'm prone to burn out, and I'm prone to just lose my energy and steam on things. So anyway, he's helping me do really minor and subtle things to get my body in alignment and bring balance into my life in all the aspects, but for sure in physical as well. So I'm going to physical therapy because I've been trying to get here for 4 months, so I might as well go now, to see what they have to tell me about working with the limitations that I have, from having had a double mastectomy and the tissue expanders and going through chemo, and I just finished radiation, and I'm burned pretty significantly, literally in the skin. The radiation is burning. I thought I got my daughter is sending me messages. I thought that I got through it easily and gracefully, and I was feeling so good about myself that I wasn't having any skin reactions, but the skin reactions just took time. So anyway, I'm dealing with that. I'm 2 weeks and a day past the end of radiation, so it's pretty hardcore, actually, how bad it is. I really had no idea that it would be so bad. So everything along the way of cancer treatment has been I had no idea it would be so bad. Anyway, I've got the physical therapy ahead of me, and then hopefully some chill time for a while. Well, not chill, but chilling in terms of all the treatment and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get into recovery mode and get back on my feet, physically, emotionally, spiritually, etc. So that's what's up for me. Thanks. I'm actually going in to have an appointment with the nutritionist at the local hospital, and I met with her briefly a couple weeks ago to set this meeting up, and apparently she's kind of foot in both worlds, in terms of natural and alternative and more cutting edge nutrition. And then, we're also at a hospital, so I don't have a lot of confidence in, I guess, maybe like the philosophies and the perspectives that a hospital would have around nutrition. I mean, they sell See's candy in the front of the hospital, and I mean, there's nothing really totally wrong with See's candy, but it's like right by the cancer center, and I think it's pretty common knowledge and widespread that, well, number one, that's crap. I mean, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with it, but it's also crap. I believe both things. And then cancer and sugar don't really go along. So anyway, I'm going in to meet with this woman, and we'll see how fruitful that is. But I'm really open to hearing something that I'm open to, just what she has to say. I mean, I'm sure I can learn something. It's loud outside. I'm waiting in the parking lot. I also have this little haircut that is from yesterday. It's growing on me a little bit, literally, and I guess no pun intended. But she gave me these cute little bangs. She called this my guy. She's like, you just find your guy and like put your guy down, and then I don't know what I think of it. I like having bangs, I will say. It's kind of fun to have something, but short hair is just not really my flavor, so it's an adjustment, but at least it's growing. What was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah, the physical therapy actually went pretty well. I'm probably going to go to that at like 10 more times, and yeah, it was good. I think it'll be useful. I mean, it's been 4 months since surgery, so I'm also doing some other strength training, although I don't lift a single thing. I mean, literally one of my practices is a breathing practice, so it's not like, strength, I guess, is like a relative and all-encompassing word. So I'm just kind of working on rebuilding myself from inside out. And I mean, this is new for me, because normally I'd be like, okay, let's hit the gym, let's get strong, let's do cardio, let's do Pilates, let's go. And now I want to really start from the ground floor and work my way up. I guess I'm acting like somebody who's rehabilitating. I was going to say I'm acting like an 80-year-old who's just trying to get started. And I'm also acting from someone who's trying to recover from 2 years of, certainly a year and a half. Yeah, a year and a half, not 2 years yet. A year and a half of intense treatments and like a psychological and physical wringing out of all my systems. So I'm taking it really slow, and I'm doing this crocodile breathing, and I'm doing this like thing where we put a towel under my lower back and I like press down. And I mean, these are really, really low impact kind of things. And I feel good about it, because I still have a lot of years of being active, and I'll just keep building myself up in a really holistic and incremental way, rather than just gung-ho jumping off the deep end. So I'm looking forward to that.